Hey folks, much talk has been going after a new law concerning pensionados was approved in the country with more facilities for them. And Atenas is not out of the scope. It's a place where most retirees or pensionados in Spanish are living. And so there's a foreigner just about another block, but they don't live in the downtown, which is rather populated by the locals. As mentioned before, Atenas was settled in the 1700s by mostly Spanish colonists that still take to their traditions, and so it makes the place very, very bearable for those who are around. Today we're visiting some other places, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Okay. Joshua is one of the locals. I just found him here doing some workout in the park. Hi Joshua, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, a little bit tired, just did some exercise. So yeah, was working out here.
You live in the area?
I live by the cemetery, yes. I've been living in Atenas pretty much all my life.
Oh yeah. Well, the first place I thought this blue-eyed guy was from the States, but he's a local. Tell me, why do you like living here?
It's a nice like small town. It's not a city, but it's still close enough to the city. I can still go and work there, downtown San Jose. But I like it's a small town, like everybody knows everybody. And yeah, pretty much. I like small town, I guess. Don't like the city.
Okay. Why do you think many foreigners choose this place as their residence? Because I read that Atenas ranks first and as a preferable place.
Well, most people here, I believe they speak English. We got like most stores, they say they speak English. The weather, I believe maybe
That's
when you're
true.
looking to retire to a place, you're looking for nice weather. And also, like I mentioned before, this is a small town. It's a beautiful town. Still close. Like if you want to go anywhere, it's close enough. But I would say pretty much the weather, right?
Right.
Best weather in the world according to.
And you know some foreigners live down here.
Yeah, like right across I have neighbors. They're from the U.S.
Okay.
Yeah, they live right next to me.
Do they have some other stores or businesses down here?
Like my neighbors? Or,
okay.
Not that I know. Yeah, I think they just moved. They were tired of the politics and everything from the U.S. They wanted something more simple. And I think Costa Rica and Atenas, it's pretty simple. Like you can live a simple life.
Yeah. It's not a laid-back place. It's a place that is fairly progressive. Certainly. What do you do for a living?
I work for a company called Snap Finance. I am like a credit advisor, I would say.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
So some companies choose Costa Rica because of the labor force is well trained, and many people speak English, right?
Yeah, we speak English, we speak Portuguese too, like many other languages. Yeah, Costa Rican we're well versed in.
Oh, I see. Anything you would like to say to our audience before we close?
I wish you all happy life, good vibes, accomplish anything and anything you want to accomplish in life, and just enjoy life. Pura vida.
Thank you very much, Josh.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Atenas is very urban. Even though it's a small town, the squares are very well defined, and there are many buildings and restaurants. You might expect much from the town of a population of perhaps 15,000, but it's fine. Many people live on the outskirts of town, and how about visiting the main church? Might be a good idea. The locals always when they founded towns in Costa Rica in the Central Valley, one of the important and the main building for them was a church. So you can see the garden from here, the market, and that in clear blue is a school, I guess. I will visit the garden here, and this is nice. And you can see how far up in the mountains, that's where many foreigners have made their homes. They want to live separate in their own lodgings, but at the same time enjoy the facilities of a town where you can find just about everything. Alright, so let's see. It feels like there's a lot of Catholicism spirit going on in this place, but the palm trees mean that the town and the place is warm, but it's not that hot. It's located still like 2,000 feet above the sea level, or maybe 900 meters or 1,000 meters above the sea level. So the climate is fresh, it's rather cool, and it's not that hot. And you can see the distance, the nice girls of the area just passing by. They're locals as well. This is the inside of the main church building or cathedral. You can see how beautiful the ceiling was made with special wood that is not found here in the country anymore. It's been exhausted, but you can see the shrine far, and it's really impressive and amazing to see this structure. How was it made? It's a simple design. It shows off a little bit of Gothic patterns, but without much fuzzing, you know. From afar, from this place, once again, the place, there's so much commerce going on here and many shops. I talked with Joshua or Josue, and he said he lived 8 years in California. That's why he speaks so good English too. But he loves living down here, as many others, because the place brings some peace of mind, and he likes going to the city to work, but still clings to his town. There's much reverence going on here, so there's not much we can talk about out loud. In the distance, the nativity scene and the main shrine, and something I really like is the light transpires from the decorated glass windows. Ave Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena, Santa Maria, gratia plena, Maria, gratia plena. Amen. Guys.
Hello.
Can you introduce yourselves, please? Where are you from?
Sure. I'm Himalaya, and originally from Canada and India, my parents are, and then was living in California for 20 years. And now in Costa Rica.
I'm DTO. I'm originally from the cornfields of Iowa, and I moved to California, and after about 20 years in Iowa, 20 years in California, moved to Costa Rica because I originally came here 25 years ago, and I studied at the National University of Costa Rica. It's called La Una. It's in Heredia.
Okay.
And so I fell in love with the country, and then We came here in November 2020 and we haven't left.
Well, you fell in love with the country and you fell in love with this beautiful Asian beauty, huh? As well. What do you advise to foreigners planning to settle here in Atenas?
I'd say really dive
Contact
in.
us.
Yeah, reach out to us.
We've got a whole protocol for you.
We do, yeah. Our company is embodicostarica.com, and we bring people here to have retreat experiences, to learn what it's like to be an expat, to live here. I always recommend learn the language because that allows you to really connect with the people, the culture, the way of life, and what they call here, pura vida.
Can you spell the name of your company for some people that might be interested?
Sure, it's EMBODY, embody, and then Costa Rica.com.
Okay, repeat it again, slower.
Embody Costa Rica, and I'll spell it out. EMBODYCOSTARICA.com.
Do you mind giving us a phone number they can access you? Or do you mind?
Sure, our Costa Rica number, the country code is 506.
Right.
And it's 6223-7434. And that's our Costa Rica number. And as many people know that live in Costa Rica, WhatsApp is the best way to contact us.
Yeah, it's the main way.
Or you can go to our Instagram page, Embody Costa Rica, and send us a direct message and ask us about what it's like to live in this beautiful mountain town, Atenas.
So you can, you have no problems accessing internet or food or whatever?
Not at all. We actually grow our own food. There's a farmer's market that way in Atenas. You can go to the downtown, the co-op, and
the beach is closed too.
Yeah.
The beach is about an hour away from here. This is Atenas, so Athens in English. But yeah, it's about an hour and a bit away.
Yeah.
My pleasure. You have a good day.
Oh yeah, you too.
Thanks for sharing it with us. Bye-bye. This is one of the rivers on the outside of the city of Atenas. Can you see? There's so nice garden here. People can make beautiful things from a small place. The house is not very big and it's by the highway, but it really impressed me how much beautiful things people can do in a small cozy place. And the river runs here next to it, and this is in downtown. Yeah, surprisingly there are many lawyers in this place. Well, many people want to arrange their papers, and so that's how it is. Abogados and notarios, English is spoken. 15 meters, just right away. But we're going now to Prados Park. Sometimes, yeah, it might be hot, but Prados Park is a place you can enjoy if you want some time by the pool, or it's really nice. Hey, there's another building here. This is on the main modern road into the city. So this is the place here. Many locals come here to enjoy camping, or we're doing some workout. We're sitting at poolside. This is Prados Park. Okay, this is Prados cross training. So people meet here in the mornings to do some gym, yoga. Look at that beautiful tree, isn't it beautiful? It's just awesome. So spread out the branches, and wow. Some people in Costa Rica, they don't notice them because they're mostly used to it. This is Prados Park, and there's a lot of music going on here, and I've been here before. There's a camping area there. The place is very large and ample, and some ping pong tables here, and the pool, and many palm trees. This thick palm tree forest. mingle with other trees in the area, and it's kind of hilly in a way, but it's a good place for meditation as well. I love the pool, you know, and but there are lots of amusement places here. The young people just meet for entertainment, and oh, there's a soccer or English football here, court there, and the main pool. All this was started with Henrich here in Atenas. Yeah, I will visit the downtown marketplace, but I wanted to pinpoint some of the main areas on the outskirts that make it also a very enjoyable place. So you can see this is it. Yeah, this is the main pool and picnic areas and here. So Athenians, they have a place to come too when they want some refreshing and relaxing. Okay, for those who say that it might be a small laid down place, it is not. Remember that the people of the Central Valley, they were very industrious, mostly working in agricultural matters, but they love having a place painted, their houses to look nice, and many work with the government. So that's why you can see the commerces here, lawyers and other clinic laboratories and other places where you can get even dog's food, or it says Costa Rican flags everywhere posted on the electricity poles here. And you know, Atenas is close to the Pacific coast, but it's still in the highlands. And there's a road, and some vendors bring in their pickups with their produce from the lowlands, such as watermelons, papayas, oranges, and other products, coconuts, and so this is one of them. And you can get this tasty fruit flavor is just far away from the main cities or central market. They always venture to stop by, and you can get cheap prices for them. But oranges are produced in this place. So you can see the place has been booming with new commerces and small places where you can get just about anything handy. And you can see the street vendor is local. Tangerines from the place, lemons from this place, and it's decorated with Costa Rican scenes. It's really cheerful. I really like it very much. Oh, fried chicken. You will miss much from hey, you can see the houses up there, Canadians, Dutch, Germans, Americans from the USA, because we are Americans too in Costa Rica. America is the whole place. And then you can see the old town. Even the old town, it's nice. You walk down the streets. Let's check. I'm interested in finding about a place here. Some Germans, they had a bakery, but I cannot find it. I'm not that familiar with the town, but it's near. And yeah, quiet streets, people in their own homes. Well, usually they don't have hens or you know, coral animals. It's forbidden in this downtown place. Costa Rica is not that, in that respect, laid back. They have electricity, internet, and other appliances, and this place is made rather for the foreigners to come here. You can get pizza and barbecues, and I like this. I like it here. Might be kind of expensive, Ice cream, there are a lot of places, ice cream places here. There used to be an internet place before in this area. Oh, the church can be seen far away. Well, not far away, everything's close, but what I like about Atenas is it's a clean, nice place. You can walk down the street without any fear of finding poor people, or beggars, or, I'm sorry to say, poor immigrants. I might always in the main cities. I'm sorry to say, but it happens in San Jose too. No, this is ideal place. I'll show you a typical pulperia, or which is a local store. It was typical until the Chinese came with their mini markets. But in a place like this, it's still a nice place to come and visit. People from the main city are impressed that this place can be found here. You can even play, your kids can play one of those machines. They go local. Hello, you girls. Hello. They sell everything typical. I'm sorry, from ice cream and juices and whatever. And so it's candies and tortillas and other sweet things. You don't need to go to a supermarket. This is a small place where you can get just about everything in the neighborhood. Yeah. They're selling, coconut juice. As I mentioned before, the place is not far from the Pacific coast. So some of the fruits typical of the lowlands are also within the access of vendors who bring in everything. Oh, this is for a commercial place. These are rather the small houses in the area. This place here, and other ones, it's pretty local, pretty local. This is the real town, but this is still it's a nice place to live. Honestly, those who tell them work can live in a place like this in Atenas, and at the same time do their jobs from their place in Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Boston, and still enjoy a really good place to live. And the beach is not far from here. A place like this one here, it's for sale, and it's within the downtown area. I'm talking about seriously. You can see it's within the downtown, and there are streets and places nearby. More and more places are putting for sale here in Atenas, in the downtown. They might be expensive. They might be because the place is really marketable. This is the going out of a place of this town into a highway that takes you half an hour or 40-minute drive to San Jose. Here at Mandragora is a place where the foreigners who are beer lovers come to. And this is where you find restaurants and other places where you can spend your money. Well, they allowed us into the bar, and you can park down your car nearby, and so you can check that out from this place. I'm not a drinker, but that's what they offer here, and whiskey, and since the foreigners have a good time here, they have something to cook and something to eat as well. But it gets into action at nighttime. Yeah, the place is nice, and at times you can sit by the window and watch the people walk by. Usually those drinkers love girls walking down the street, so they sit there by the window and start flitting around. The music is also very enjoyable. Do 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 do. Can you hear it? Well, here at this place, Akemi Sushi Bar and Garden, it's another place that you can enjoy here in town. As I mentioned, some of the foreigners have made this place more cosmopolitan, and so you can get anything from sushi, beer, and also pizza and other delicacies from around the world. Atenas is no longer a very conservative or laid-back town. No, it's not. Well, half a block eastward downhill from the main church next to the National Bank, there's a very curious store. They make field, as they call it, field grapefruits. They peel the grapefruits and they fill it up with condensed milk and another sweet stuff. So they make it here in Atenas, and they claim to be the ones that started with this project. This is still a very a simple place, but you'll enjoy it. Incredible. Even as the field grapefruit is familiar in Costa Rica to most of the people. Okay, they make other treats as well. This is hello. This is a house, and they started with this. This lady and her ancestors, it started with this curious delicacy. Incredible. As you might notice, Costa Ricans are much into it. You see, it's a peeled grapefruit. They boil it, and then they just open that up and make some fillings with condensed milk or whatever. I don't know the real recipe, but it's famous. You don't find them any place. I used to live in some places in Texas. There was a lot of grapefruit there, but they never minded doing things like this. Moving to the Chamber of Commerce of Atenas. As you can see, this is how houses were like in the 1800s here in this place. Now they're mostly made of concrete. Costa Rica is a country which is very, since the houses are nice, they use up, they make good buildings and with safe seismic regulations, and for the most part. But this place is really charming. Well, the chamber has some small restaurants here and some shops as well, as you can see, and people love coming to this place too. How is it going into an old fashioned house? Well, this is how the houses looked back 200 years ago. Wow, look at this. These are the original houses here. I figure that might be the one. And all the ones were made of tile roofs. They're no longer in use here. And there's plenty to see. There's a store here. They have lots of shoes and other stuff. And some story about the place. As I mentioned to you, Atenas was discovered some 30 years ago. It was not an amusement place before. That's why it still holds those traditions. It was a typical kind of laid back place because it's isolated, you know, but no longer. But you can see how things are going on here, and there's some as I mentioned to you, many foreigners live in this place, so they bring in some books, used books. And how it is. Oh, this is really exciting. I'm sorry. I like this place. And you're the missionaries. I'm a Latter-day Saint. How are you guys?
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
I know you.
You know me. I'll talk to you in a minute, darling.
Okay.
Well, this is it. This is the backside. A typical Costa Rican house. You can guess how Costa Rican houses were like. Yeah, they were pretty much like this one. Atenas is a booming place. There's a tourist map that they are issuing for tourists now. But this is how they resolve the heat at nighttime and during the day. The upper part of the wood wall, air could come in and out. Well, the Chamber of Commerce is an old wooden house dating perhaps 200 years ago, and it was made into what it's now. Okay, there are some crafts works, services, and tourist information about this place, so you can figure out how it might look like living 200 years ago in a wooden house in Costa Rica. I remember my mother's aunt had such a house in the city of Cartago, and I used to go there some years ago, like 40 years ago. But yeah, it's a front garden. Usually there were, as today, well, there were not stools or tables. There used to be wooden seats there. People used to sit down and peer out and see the people walk by and say, hello, how are you? That's it. Some parts are also made into a garden and a restaurant, as you can see. Yeah. This face made of stone is a local Indian. Yeah. The Indians used to live in this place, but no more. I mean, the Spanish colonists were the ones that came down here. Out of the church, of the main one, at the very corner, there's a very interesting place. This is small. It's called the Cafeteria. Well, there are other businesses there. The place is one of the oldest buildings in town. The bicycle is part of the charming. You can see there's a small metal barrel. That means the ice cream were made out of small barrels, the typical Costa Rican recipe of many years. And so you can enjoy a piece of cake and some of those sorbetero ice creams. There are homemade, I repeat, different flavors. Hey, we're getting close to the places where foreigners build their houses, and it's quite on the spin-off of town, and some, as mentioned before, are up in the hills. Some others, like this one with orange trees, which are typical of this place. They combine with the local people who still living this place. Okay. We're going downhill and visiting a small hotel there, and those houses are seen from the other highway on the other side. There's still some vacant lots here. I figure out that they're for sale in the area too. Some other areas here are still pasture lands, and some other neighbors here are Costa Ricans who inhabit or live in the place. The houses are nice and small. They can afford a car. People in Costa Rica have a good standard of living. That becomes maybe the envy of many Latin Americans. But they've been here for more than 200 years, so you figure out why they have built their houses and have places and are industrious in their undertakings. Well, Hotel Colina del Sol is on the outskirts of town, but from here, some of those houses built by the foreigners can be seen from here. It's a big community, but the hotel is also a nice place to visit. It's just near some suburbs in Atenas. Can be just enchanting places, full of verandaries in the summertime, and mango trees and other ones, and much quietness, such as this place near this hotel. Here at the Central Market in the city of Atenas, it's not a big place. There's a park, and since that they're getting rid of all those Christmas souvenirs, but there are plenty of stores here where you can get everything for your daily use, and small restaurants as well. So that's how it works. We just sit down and I eat an ice cream. Some small Costa Rican restaurants called sodas. When you get a pinto or let's say a meal for perhaps $4 to $5, and there's lots of Costa Rican people, locals, who come to these places. They're for the most part very clean and good. Well, Atenas can pride herself on the public education system. This is the main high school, and it's a kind of big place, and I really like it. It's been closed due to the pandemic, but the students are now due to come to class in March, I guess. Poly and Mega Super, they are the main supermarkets in the area. The church is just behind to the left, and you find the same prices as in San Jose. So you are not to be afraid of getting prices soaring up, because this is Atenas. There's a good commerce going on, and you find the same prices for food and items, and the same at the same supermarkets with the same stock as in San Jose. All right, so don't be afraid to come here to Atenas to live. You can see from here how modern the supermarket is, when you can pay with a credit card, cash, or with simply, which is a telephone line that pays direct to the chain. The chain is all over Costa Rica. This part of the central market is very, very Costa Rican in nature. The locals come here and buy all their goods. Even the clerks might not speak English, but there are plenty of places for the people living near to just come and buy. There's the buses leading places from here, even to San Jose, as you can see, and you can get your lunch here. There's plenty of goods, chicken, vegetables. You know, Costa Rica is rich in very vegetables, and so you can even enjoy the TV in the meantime. Okay, the bus stop is next to the market, and you know, it's a roof place, so you can take the buses leading to many local communities nearby. There are comfortable ones, and this one is leaving for a nearby place. And then let's get to know a little bit about the real downtown area. I don't like that much, too much noise, too many cars movement. This is it, okay? This is it. Yeah, you might tell me it's not a big deal of a place, but there's a lot of things going on here, from lawyers and the stores of all kind. This is it. Well, we're just saying goodbye to Atenas. Jabba's home, back to San Jose, the main city, is right at the place, and I need to be ongoing. Well, that's fine. I'm making it back to San Jose now. It's a 1-hour trip, but I'm taking my Tyrol Origina with me, which is a souvenir from this place. They're sold in some places in San Jose, but it's hard to find. And I hope, for the most part, that you have enjoyed this new bit about this town, which is booming with new foreign residents, and for the bird's-eye view of the place. You have a good day. Bye-bye.